Main man, made man here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. You know, one of the last videos that I did, I was talking about that Jamal Charlo when he was kind of mouthing off at Tank Davis and Adrian Braun. I want to pick up on that vid. The thing is that the point that I was making in that video is that Jamal Charlo, him and his brother Jamel, seem to have a problem with telling people how they feel to their face. They tend to like to run back to Texas and get on the internet and then start mouthing off. They want to become tough guys then. Or they run outside the building to the cameras and then they want to start mouthing off. But however, when the person is right there in their face, they got nothing to say. And also the point that I was making in that video was that, you know, it seems to me that Jamal Charlo that has some hate up in him, man. You know, yeah, I understand if you want to criticize the skill sets of Adrian Braun and Gervonte Tank Davis, that's one thing. But you running around seem to be a little salty about the fact that they got their own card coming up. So those are the points that I was making in that particular video. But don't get it twisted, fight fans. Now, I'm fully aware on how y'all feel about Tank Davis. I'm one on record to say that, you know, when Vasyl Lomachenko was calling out Tank Davis, I was the one saying that, yo, clearly Tank Davis is indicating and he's putting out signals that he don't want no drama, that he ain't ready. So you got to respect that. If the dude is telling you no, Mars, if the dude is telling you I don't want that type of smoke, you got to, you know, you got to say, well, why am I picking on the dude? And so this what made Vasyl Lomachenko move on right along. Tank Davis need to understand something. The difference between him and Adrian Braun is that, you know, win, lose, or draw, Adrian Braun has been in there with the tough names. He's been in there with tough fights. He's won some, he's lost some. As for Tank's situation, he's just starting out. And he has not put the work in. We do not count that title that he won, that vacant title that he won, as the measure. There are other fighters at his weight class that I would love to see Tank mix it up with. Shit, Guillermo Regan Diao being one of them. If Regan Diao comes back and won a campaign that high. But I mean, there's several other fighters. Gary Russell. I always say Gary Russell versus Tank Davis will make a great fight. Gary Russell is from my hometown. Tank Davis is from right up the road in Baltimore. Battle of the Beltway would be a great fight. You know what I mean? The point I'm trying to make is that Tank, if you're going to be running around out here, you can't have the pleasure or the luxury of running around running your mouth to fighters, but they don't want to fight nobody. Now, granted, Jamal Charlo is not in his weight class. And granted that I heard the words that he said about Deontay Wilder. They're not in his weight class. But Tank, you don't have the standing in boxing right now to be running around criticizing anybody. Especially when you're not stepping in there with the top names in your division. Now, it's one thing to say that you don't want to fight and you don't want this type of competition, but you don't have the luxury to then turn around and run in your mouth. It don't work that way. Just because you're associated with Mayweather don't mean you ain't nothing. There was a lot of fighters associated with Mayweather who turned out to be duds. You can run through that whole TMT stable. So, you know, though, you know, I'm a back Tank if he say, yo, I don't want no drama right now. I'm just trying to, you know, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to get better. Boom, boom, boom. If you want to take that route, I'm with you. But you can't take that route and then talk smack in the process. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You know, I jumped on Jamal Charlo, don't get me wrong. And I do feel like he had a lot of hate in him. But yet on the flip tip, some of the stuff he said also had a certain element of truth to it. Tank don't know how to talk. He do sound a little uneducated sometimes. I don't want to pick on him, but he do. He don't know how to sell himself. He walk around in all the flashy shirts looking like The Rock or somebody with those tight chains on, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I understand he's trying to ride off image. But bruh, like, you ain't got it like that, bruh. Like, we all know that you ain't breaking it like that. Like, you ain't done nothing. It's hard to uphold that image when you haven't done nothing. So this is what I'm saying, man. Like, Tank is going to have to step his game up. You got Robert East up at 135. Clearly, Tank is much bigger than the 130 weight. He's missed weight in the past. They got him down, him and Brana, you know, in the middle of nowhere training, trying to keep them from being distracted. These dudes got to cut that weight. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, bro, you can't be that way. Now, in AB's case, where AB has put work in, win, lose, or draw, he's kind of sort of earned the right to start mouthing off. You know what I'm saying? Because he has actually put work in. Tank, on the other hand, hasn't, and easily can become what Adrian Bronner is today. So that's what I'm saying, man. I'm no fool when it comes to that. You can't have it both ways, Tank. Either you got to sit down and be humble, or you going to speak up and put work in. It's got to be one or the other. Real talk. So to the next video, Main Man Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man Made Man Boxing Forum. Google Plus, Main Man Made Man. Now, even though Tank is this way and AB is this way, this still does not give Jermall Charlo the gumption or the right to come back and become a hater. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes are not even in your weight class. If they mouthing off to you, you want to mouth back to them, that's fine. Call them bums. Say they ain't putting no work in. Bop, bop, bop. But don't run down the salty road of, oh, y'all got your own card. Y'all got your own card. Don't run down that road. And don't run down the road of being a keyboard warrior. You know what I mean? Like, tell these dudes this shit to their face, man. Tank Davis, I seen his Twitter. He was like, you know, say no more. That's how it go, man. Say no more. We ain't gonna get up on here and give it these drunk rants, cokehead filled rants, or whatever y'all want to call it. Like, come on, man. To the next video. Peace out.